Hello friends, welcome to DNA Forum. In today's topic, we are going to cover molecular basis of inheritance, under which today we are going to cover the structure of DNA. Okay, all of us know that DNA is a genetic material which carries information from parents to offspring, and it is already proven by Griffith and Hershey and Chase by performing certain experiment from which they have concluded that yes, DNA is a genetic material. Okay, but specifically today we are going to discuss about the structure of DNA. Okay, so yes, what is DNA? What is the use of DNA and why do we need it? What is the requirement of studying the structure of DNA and how it is going to help us? Okay, so let's start. So DNA, it's make up all the genes for living things. And now what is gene? It is a very important question. What is gene? So gene are the blueprints, right? Genes are the blueprints. By that gene, by using that specific gene, we are producing similar types of character or traits. Okay, so simply you can say that genes are the parts of DNA that codes for particular trait or protein, because as per the law of central dogma theory, okay, DNA produce RNA and RNA produce protein. This is the entire process of central dogma. Okay, so here gene are the part of DNA that codes for a particular traits or protein, that is known as gene, which is responsible for the genetical information which is being carried or transferred from parents to offspring. Okay, so yes, DNA, it stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. This is the naming distribution, deoxyribo plus nucleic acid. This is how it is being written. Okay, so if we'll talk about the structure, yes, it is a double helical structure. It's a double helical structure. Why? It is clearly visible over here. It is here, two strands are there. Okay, okay. So DNA is made up of nucleotides. Simply you can say DNA is a long chain or polymer which is made up of nucleotides. Now what is nucleotides? Nucleotides are the basic units of DNA. Like bricks are the basic unit of the building, cells are the basic unit of body. Okay, likewise nucleotides are the basic units of DNA. Okay, and you have to recognize few similar terms here. In the terms of nucleotide, then ribonucleic acid and nucleus. See, nuclei is somehow resembles all these three terms. Okay, so now let's discuss about structure of nucleotide, because I have already said that DNA is made up of nucleotide. Okay, for that we need to understand what is nucleotide first of all. Okay, here nucleotide is made up of three components. What are the three components? The three components are ribose, that means sugar, phosphate group and nitrogenous base. Okay, if we are talking about DNA, here the sugar will be deoxyribose, and if we are talking about the RNA, the sugar will be ribose sugar. Okay, so yes, it is a phosphate group. Second, it is a nitrogenous base. Third is sugar. Okay, again here the nitrogenous base is being divided into two parts, purine and pyrimidine. Okay, it is purine and pyrimidine. Okay, purine and pyrimidine. Okay, so specifically two types of nitrogenous base are there. One is purine, another is pyrimidine. So under purine, who are coming? Under purine, adenine and guanine are coming, A and G. And under pyrimidine, your cytosine and thiamine is coming. Under pyrimidine, cytosine and thiamine are coming. And specifically, if we talk, thiamine is being replaced by uracil in case of RNA. The thiamine is being replaced by uracil in case of RNA. That means in RNA, Thymine is not present, uracil is present. Okay, but in DNA, thymine is present. So these are the two types of nitrogenous pair. So if we'll talk about this bit long, pyrimidine is somehow single ring. They consisted of single ring. This type of ring is there in case of thymine, like pyrimidine. But if we talk about purines, it holds a double ring. It holds a double ring. So this is the structure of purine. This is the structure of purine. Okay, while for pyrimidine it is only a single ring. This is the structure of pyrimidine. Okay, this is the difference. And in case of purine, it is coming adenine and guanine. And in case of pyrimidine, it is coming cytosine, thymine and uracil. And you know uracil is being replaced by thymine is being replaced by uracil in case of RNA. RNA के केस पे uracil होती है and DNA के केस पे thymine होती है. This is the difference. Okay. And lastly, sugar. Sugar is also two types: deoxy sugar and ribose sugar. Ribose sugar for RNA. Okay. And here deoxy ribose sugar, it is for DNA. Okay. Now moving further. Okay, so the nucleotide is named according to the nitrogenous base it contain. तो जिस टाइप की नाइट्रोजनियस बेस होगी उसी टाइप की न्यूक्लियोटाइड की नेमिंग हो जाएगी. ठीक है, अगर ये थायमिन कंटेन करी तो थायमिन नेम हो जाएगी, साइटोसिन कंटेन करिए साइटोसिन हो जाएगी. तो जो न्यूक्लियोटाइड की नेमिंग हम करते हैं, याद रखना, तो न्यूक्लियोटाइड की नेमिंग इट इज़ ऑलवेज बेस्ड अपॉन द नेमिंग अकॉर्डिंग टू द नाइट्रोजनियस बेस इट कंटेन्स. Okay. Okay. Now, as I said, the nucleotide is made up of three parts. What are the parts? Phosphate, nitrogenous base and sugar. Now, from these three components, the nitrogenous base is linked to a pentose sugar. Okay. The nitrogenous base is linked to the sugar by a bond which is called N-glycosidic bond. N-glycosidic bond or linkage. Okay, where this bond is appearing? This bond is appearing between nitrogenous base and sugar. That means this bond is known as N-glycosidic linkage. Clear? Okay. Now, and the structure is formed that is called nucleoside. That means by combination of nitrogenous base and sugar formed a structure which is called nucleoside. That means the nucleotide without phosphate is called nucleoside. Okay. So now moving further, here there are four types of nucleosides will be there. One is deoxyadenosine, deoxyguanosine, deoxycytidine and deoxythymidine. Okay. Now if we will talk about the phosphate group, this phosphate group is linked to the 5-OH end, 5-OH of a nucleoside. Now you should know what is this 5- or 5'. How it is being named. You all of know that DNA is a 5-carbon compound. Now how it is being named? See, this is named somehow like this. Carry O. Like this. Okay. And here another structure will be there. See. So this is somehow a ring which consists 5 carbon. 1 carbon. 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon, 5 carbon. And how it is being named? It is named according to the position of oxygen. Position of oxygen. From oxygen clockwise it is being named. That means this is first, this one is second, third, fourth and fifth. Okay. So likewise it is being named. Okay. So specifically here the phosphate group is linked to the 5-OH of a nucleoside through a linkage of called phosphodiester linkage. phosphoester linkage. Phosphoester linkage. Which one is attached? Phosphate group is attached to the 5-OH of nucleoside. Okay, nucleoside by the help of phosphoester linkage. The phosphate is attached to the 5-nucleoside, 5-OH of nucleoside by the help of phosphoester linkage. Clear? Okay. Now moving further, now two nucleotides are linked through. See, let's suppose this is a nucleotides. Okay, this is a nucleotide, this is another nucleoside. Okay, now these two nucleotides are linked by the help of the bond which is called 3-5-phosphodiester linkage. Phosphodiester linkage. Why 3-5-phosphodiester linkage? See, if it is a nucleotide, it consists of a 5' end, it consists of a 3' end. Clear? So if I am taking two nucleotide here, so for this is a 5', this is the 3'. For this one, this is the 5', this is the 3'. Now if these two nucleotides have to attach together by the help of a linkage, then obviously they will bond by between this 3' and 5' end. Yes or no? So here 3' and 5', and as it is earlier I have said, phosphate group is attached by help of phosphoester group. Now it is two esters are being attached, so here it is called phosphodiester. Di stands for two, diester linkage. Clear? When two nucleotides are attached, they are formed a linkage called phosphodiester linkage. And apart from that, I can say that phosphate group of one nucleotide bond covalently with the sugar molecule. Okay, and the phosphate forms a covalent bond. Phosphate group formed a covalent bond with this sugar. Okay, with the sugar molecule. Clear? With next nucleotide, that means one phosphate of one nucleotide will attach to the sugar of second nucleotide by forming a covalent bond. Okay, if again I am taking the example here, if it is a nucleotide, if it another nucleotide. Okay, so here let's suppose phosphate is there, and here phosphate is there, and here your sugar is there, here sugar is there. So these two will form a covalent bond. These two will form a covalent bond. Clear? Okay. Now, so a first, like particularly a polynucleotide chain, it has two ends. Let's suppose this is a polynucleotide chain. Polynucleotide chain in the sense like chain. Okay, series of nucleotides form a polynucleotide chain. It always contains a 5' and 3' end. So in 5' end, free phosphate will be there. Okay, free phosphate will be there, and 3' free OH will be there of a sugar particularly, and it is 5' free phosphate will be there. Okay, and specifically if we'll talk about the difference between DNA and RNA over here, so in case of RNA there is an additional OH group present in the second prime. Okay, if it is a case of, if it is a nucleotide for DNA, okay, if it is, okay, yeah, if it is a nucleotide for DNA, here OH group will present here and OH group will present here, OH, C and H. Okay, two OH group is here in case of DNA, likewise C and H also. Okay, but if we'll talk about RNA, so RNA specifically one OH group will present here, one is already present here, but additional one OH group will be here. This is the 2 prime, this is the 2 prime. In the second prime, an additional OH group will be there in case of RNA. This is the important difference between your DNA and RNA. Okay, an additional, here there is no OH group, but here there is an additional OH group will present in case of RNA. Okay. Okay. Now the sugar phosphate group line up in a backbone for each single strand of DNA, which and the nucleotide base stick out of the backbone. That means they form a backbone like structure, the sugar and phosphate group. Okay, and you can say that the prime, as I said already earlier, the clockwise movement starting from oxygen 1 2 3 4, like so 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime and 5 prime. Okay, and phosphate group is attached to 5 carbon 1. So phosphate group is always attached to your 5 carbon. Okay. Now moving forward, sugar is DNA here, deoxyribose or deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, and see, this is the structure of a nucleotide or deoxyribose sugar. Here this is the base, nitrogenous base, and nitrogenous base is always attached to first prime. See here, O is here, first prime, second prime, third prime, fourth prime and 5 prime. As I said, 5 prime phosphate will always attach to the 5 prime. Okay, and first prime base will always attached, whether it is adenine, whether it is thymine, whether it is guanine, whether it is cytosine, these base will always attach to your first prime. Okay, see, and this is your sugar, this is the nitrogenous base, and this is the phosphate group. All the three components together formed your nucleotide. Okay, now see, this is the structure of it, like nitrogenous base, how it is being attached. See here, this is the first prime, right? Okay, yeah, so this is their first prime, thymine is added, cytosine is added, adenine is added, and here it is the 5 prime where phosphate groups are attached. Okay, this is one nucleoside, second nucleoside, third nucleoside. Why? Because phosphate free. Second nucleoside, third nucleoside, first nucleotide, second nucleotide, third nucleotide. Okay, thymine, adenine, cytosine, these are the 4 base in DNA specifically. Now what is base?